Have you ever stood at the edge of a forest so dark, so quiet, that the locals whisper tales of things that walk among the trees at night? Tonight, we're stepping into one of those places of forest that people have avoided for generations. A place where strange occurrences are the norm and chilling stories are born. This isn't just any spooky wood. It's a place where history and the supernatural intertwine, leaving behind legends that are too terrifying to ignore. So, gather close and listen, because the stories you're about to hear come from the heart of a place where darkness reigns, and the trees themselves seem to hold their breath. Our journey begins with the most famous legend of this forest, the tale of the Whispering Watchman. Local lore tells of a lone soldier who vanished during a long-forgotten war, tasked with guarding a remote outpost deep within these woods. He was never seen again, but his duty, it seems, never ended. Campers and lost hikers who've stumbled into his territory speak of a disembodied voice, whispering through the leaves, a soft, urgent warning to turn back. Some have even reported the distinct sound of a rifle bolt clicking shut in the dead of night, followed by the chilling feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. They say he's not a malevolent spirit, but a guardian forever bound to his post, eternally warning intruders away from a danger that only he knows. Is he protecting them from something in the forest, or is he the danger itself? No one has stayed long enough to find out. Next, we delve into the mystery of the floating lights. For centuries, travelers have reported seeing eerie, silent orbs of light dancing between the ancient trees. These aren't fireflies or swamp gas. They are described as glowing spheres, ranging in color from a pale blue to a fiery orange, moving with an unnatural intelligence. They weave intricate patterns, sometimes hovering just above the ground, other times darting high into the canopy before vanishing completely. The oldest stories claim these are the lost souls of children who wandered into the woods and never returned, their spirits now illuminating the paths for others, trying to guide them back to safety. However, a darker interpretation suggests they are lures. Willow, the wisps attempting to draw the unwary deeper into the forest embrace, leading them off the path and into oblivion. Many have tried to follow the lights, driven by curiosity, but those who do are rarely heard from again. Perhaps the most unsettling story is that of the Silent Sister. This tale revolves around a young woman from a nearby village who, heartbroken, ran into the forest and was swallowed by its shadows. Now, she is said to appear to those who are lost or in despair. Unlike the watchman or the lights, she makes no sound. She is often seen standing motionless at a distance, a forlorn figure in a tattered white dress, simply observing. Those who have seen her describe an overwhelming sense of sadness emanating from her presence, a sorrow so profound it feels like it seeps into your very bones. She doesn't approach. She doesn't threaten. She just stands there, a silent testament to a tragedy that the forest has never forgotten. Some believe seeing her is a bad omen, a sign that you share in her sorrow and might be tempted to join her. In the eternal quiet of the woods, her silence is more deafening than any scream, a constant reminder of the deep grief that permeates this ancient place. Then there's the enigma known as the imitator. This entity is why locals will tell you to never, ever call out a friend's name if you get separated in these woods. The imitator, as the name suggests, has the uncanny ability to mimic human voices perfectly. The stories are chillingly similar. A group of friends is hiking, one person falls behind, and soon they hear their name being called from an unexpected direction. The voice is a perfect replica of one of their companions. Trusting the sound, the person follows the call, moving deeper and deeper into the forest, away from the actual trail and their real friends. The calls become more insistent, more desperate, leading the victim into an inextricable maze of trees until they are hopelessly lost. Survivors of these encounters say the final call often twists into something guttural and inhuman, just before it falls silent. This creature seems to feed on confusion and fear, turning the familiar and comforting sound of a loved one's voice into a deadly trap. Another chilling feature of this forest is the zone of silence. There's a specific, unmarked area deep within the woods where all sound seems to die. Birds stop singing, the wind ceases to rustle the leaves, and even your own footsteps become muffled, as if you're walking on cotton. People who've accidentally wandered into this zone describe a deeply disorienting and unnerving experience. The sudden, absolute quiet is said to press in on you, creating a sense of isolation so intense it can trigger panic. Compasses spin wildly, and GPS devices fail. Some theories suggest a strange magnetic anomaly, but the local legends offer a more sinister explanation. They say this is the heart of the forest, a place where the veil between worlds is so thin that the normal laws of nature no longer apply. It is a place where you are truly alone, and the silence is not empty, it's listening. Let's not forget the stories of the shadow people. These aren't ghosts in the traditional sense, but fleeting, man-shaped silhouettes seen at the edge of your vision. When you turn to look directly at them, they vanish. They are most often spotted at twilight, flitting between trees or standing perfectly still in the deepening gloom. Unlike other apparitions, they don't seem to interact with the living. They are simply observers, present but intangible. Witnesses describe them as darker than the darkest shadow, with no discernible features. The feeling they evoke is not one of sadness or warning, but of pure, primal dread, the instinctual fear of being watched by something that is not human. Are they interdimensional beings, manifestations of the forest's own consciousness, or something else entirely? Their silent, ever-present watch adds another layer of profound mystery to this already haunted landscape. Finally, we have the legend of the Tree of Faces. Deep in an almost inaccessible part of the forest stands an ancient, gnarled oak tree. Its bark, over centuries, has twisted and warped into shapes that uncannily resemble human faces contorted in agony. The legend says that the tree traps the spirits of those who die within the forest, their expressions of pain and fear permanently etched into its wood. On windy nights, locals claim you can hear a chorus of moans and whispers emanating from the tree, the collective sorrow of all the souls it holds captive. It is considered the most sacred and terrifying place in the entire forest, a living monument to all the tragedy it has witnessed. To touch the tree is to invite madness, as the overwhelming psychic energy of the trapped souls can shatter a person's mind. Each of these stories paints a picture of a place that is more than just trees and soil. It's a place alive with memory, with sorrow, and with things that defy easy explanation. What do you think is really going on in these woods? Are these just cautionary tales meant to keep people out? Or are there truly supernatural forces at play? The line between folklore and reality is often blurred in a place so steeped in mystery. The locals choose to believe, and that is enough to keep them away. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the heart of the Whispering Woods. If these tales of the unknown have sparked your curiosity, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more explorations into the world's most mysterious and haunted places. Stay safe, stay curious, and maybe think twice before answering a call from deep within the woods.